In this episode, I'm reviewing the Zfold 4, so stick around. It's been over a month now since I've owned the Samsung Z Fold 4. I'm going to call it Samsung's Swiss Army knife phone, where it's the only phone in the US that can fold into a close to 8-inch tablet. All right, so if we take a look at Samsung Z Fold 4, as I'm picking it up right here, going to notice that it's in a clamshell form factor, and you have a front-facing screen like this, and pretty tall phone. But if I was going to compare it to last year's version of the Z Fold 3, it is dimensionally a little shorter. And the best way that I could show you that is I'm going to take out last year's Z Fold cover with pen, and I'm going to take this out. I'm going to show you guys just like size different wise towards this case. And unfortunately, personally to me, I think that this year's Fold, the Z Fold 3 years, which was last year's case, just didn't cut it. The big problems here was this flap was not magnetic, so it wasn't like clipping onto the screen. So if you were to put it in a bag, it's really not going to cover that front-facing screen. But if you notice here, I have Samsung's leather case for the Z Fold 5, Z Fold 4, and if we were to make a comparison towards how small it is, I can almost actually fit that case in compared to that. I'm just going to take out the back part of the leather screen, and I'm going to fit this into here. And what you're going to see how it's pretty shaky. So it's not going to actually fit in here. You can see dimensionally, it's about I'm going to go with maybe about a half an inch shorter now compared to what the Z Fold 3 was. And kind of stinks. I wish that we could use the older accessory cases, but if you notice, you can even see the gap right there. Thus, again, I didn't like this case. I did like the concept of it. The bigger issue though was that because this wasn't magnetic, it didn't stick, and this option of having a silo that you could slide out just didn't at least work for me. Unlike if we look at this year's version of the well, they kind of got a little smart. They got rid of the folio because, again, the folio kind of causes issues with taking pictures and stuff like that. They have updated it with the cover and standing cover with pen. So if we look here, this is the pen part of it. Kind of like has a slide in, slide out option. I think this is at least engineered right and correct. So yep, if I want to take the pen, I clip it in. If I want to have a standing case, I just slide the little adapter part, and it's able to stand up here. And if we, again, we're looking this way, able to clip this right into here and work from there. Then I'm able to take this phone pretty much anywhere and use the silo that's in the back and start to write some notes if I needed to on a quick flash. Again, opening your little pens, just like if any of you guys have had a note feature of a phone. We have that here. I can uh, slide that in there, and then I can start writing my notes. I tend to like using this option right here, which is a pen, but as you're writing it, it will transfer it into text. So from this point of view, this case here, if I was to use the S Pen, I think this is probably going to be your best value. The standing case with pen, it runs around like $80, but if you look around during different times of year, usually Samsung's like adding this case in as a bonus or some other case. Personally, to me, what I tend to like is the leather case, just because it's tactile. So if we were to compare this to, say, one of the most recent iPhones, we're going to look just pretty much how thick this phone is. It's thickness wise is like two iPhones put together, but if we would compare the weight towards this phone and say like an iPhone 14 Pro Max or the iPhone 13 Pro Max, you're going to find that with, like, say, this leather case, the phone's actually lighter than those phones. And I know you'll probably think about, you'll probably say, or if you've seen other reviews, everyone's saying, oh, the phone's heavy. It's not more of the phone being heavy, it's just that it is a little thicker than most phones. But compared to any other phone, say like the Samsung S22 Ultra, speed-wise, capability, and all the apps that I've been able to run on this phone, as I'm about to break it, and we have durability. I really think that this phone here is compared up to them. The big things that I guess you could say that are little different wise, if we looked at the cameras, you're not going to get that like 100 zoom camera that most that the S20 Ultra has, but you will have a 30 zoom. You also have a 20, a 10, a 4, a 2, a 1, and a 5 on the main cameras, as well as your selfie. Your in-face selfie. Again, it's probably not going to be the best because that in-screen display, if we're looking at that, is kind of like covering it, so it makes it cloudy. But it's a useful camera for, I guess, Zoom calls. But if we were to go into here and we're just going to play a video, zoom it in, if you notice as the video is playing, this year's version of it compared to the Zfold 3 is almost unrecognizable unless you're really looking for it from there on that fact. So my opinion here is the Zfold 4 a valued phone? Is it worth purchasing it at full price? I'm going to state no at this time. It's not worth the $1,800, but you need to understand that throughout the year, Samsung does have specific deals on phones. If you're looking into trading a phone and then buying this, I think in that light would be a good value. Also, looking to see if Samsung is going to give you some type of like Samsung credit, so you could buy your accessories towards it. So thinking that way, if you're able to, say, churn in a phone and get $1,000 credit towards this phone, I think that you, best wise, it would be a good value. The other thing that you need to look at is getting some type of protection plan for this phone, because again, if we're looking at this screen here, it is a plastic screen with some type of screen coating protection, so the screen could get damaged. For me personally, I kind of baby this device, and the main reason is because it's the most expensive phone that I've owned. But I do also know that you just gotta, take care of your stuff. I even baby the iPhones, and I do, with my iPhone, have Apple Care. And also with this phone, I did pay for Samsung Care, so I'm paying a monthly fee of $11. But I also, through the carrier, the carrier was luckily nice enough to give me some type of insurance. Again, this phone's an unlocked phone. It does have one eSIM as well as a physical SIM card slot. So if you're really considering buying the Samsung Zfold 4, just letting you see exactly what it looks like without the case on it. The leather case itself, I think I purchased at Best Buy for about $80. And I did pay full retail, where the standing case, the standing case I got free with the stylus. So if we're looking here, this one's the gray-green, but in most of the lighting that I have, it kind of looks bluish to me. But hopefully this gives you an idea. You have a fingerprint sensor right here. We open up the screen here, and the in-display camera is right there. We'll hit rewind, zoom into there, and you can see the phone itself and the hinge, and very nice tactile sound when you close it. And if we're looking at the display screen from here, you can see that it pretty much fully through. You also do have a selfie camera here. This camera is a much better camera for taking selfies, as well as your 3 cameras here. I believe the zoom camera is there, the normal camera is here, and the 50 megapixel shooter is right there. So hopefully this has at least given you a good idea of what the phone may look like. If I was to purchase a case, I'd probably go with the standing with pen cover case, so you have the pen, as well as if you needed a stand to stand on it. This case is made out of plastic. It does have another side that looks like this, that's plastic. It's inside the box right now, and they just clip on here. It has some type of like adhesive. It's more like a rubberized grip, and you just clip them on real quick, and then you have protection there. The other thing that you could do is add a screen protector in the front for the front screen itself. And for that, guys, thank you very much for your time. This will end this little video. Let me know in the comments, are you considering purchase the Zfold 4? Have you already purchased it? Or even why you're not going to purchase it. If you like my content, please hit a thumbs up and consider subscribing. So helps me out in the long run to do more of these type of reviews, or just little helpful hints to help you guys work towards your technology. Just like when I did previously the Watch 5 Pro, we had that lovely D-band buckle, which right now I have on the Samsung Watch 4. But there was, problems with it not being able to charge on the, I guess the three-way charging thing that I got with my Z Fold 3, which was able to find at least with the with the Watch 5 Pro. You kind of like have to bend these little parts here, as well as take the metal little bracket off of the band to charge it, where with, like, say, I'm assuming the Watch 4 and the Watch 5, if you do have that band, you're just gonna stand it right on here, pinch these up like that, and it will charge. So if you've noticed, I got the Watch 5 Pro right here, and I have a different band buckle. I got this on Amazon. I kind of tend to like these nylon bands because they're much more comfortable. The issue that I was having with this band is this little metal part right here was actually, I don't know if I'm allergic to the metal or not, but it was making some type of rash right here. And that's only for me. I know certain people do have allergies towards metals. So in the long run, I appreciate you guys' time. And if you're still listening to this, again, thank you very much. And hit that thumbs up, hit the notification bells as I go on, and so you can see new content that I've produced. Thanks again.